We need to see Henry.
Paige!
We have to see him.
We can't.
We can call him. Just to talk.
It's not a good idea. Sorry.
It's not a good idea.
Okay, but we have to be quick.
Yeah.
They're not gonna make it out.
Fuck, you think?
Just fucking take that. Truth.
How does the message make it back home?
Just trying to do the right thing. Like, literally everyone's just trying to do the right thing.
Damn.
Paige is like, what?
You know how proud we all are of you, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
And how much we love you.
You been drinking tonight, Dad?
I just want you to be yourself, okay? Because you're great.
Okay. I'll be myself, Dad.
Hi, Henry.
Hey, Mom.
What your father said, I feel the same.
I know, Mom.
I love you, Henry.
Hey, look, I gotta go.
Oh, shit.
You were right.
I said it, but I didn't really.
I know.
True.
I should have listened. We're watching the house, travel agency, Paige's apartment. We're watching Henry at school, too. He's the only one who's there.
Sorry, we saw you leave Paige's apartment.
I know, that's what he was gonna say.
Right behind them.
How is he gonna know this Renee thing?
I know. He's gonna fuck with him so bad.
The same way he could be right, or he could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it possibly ruined the best thing in his life.
That's what he wants.
What is he? Wait, what do you mean?
An American life.
What's he gonna do?
Is he gonna choose to trust her? I think he is. What's with freaking you two with finales?
It almost doesn't, it just doesn't seem real.
Yeah.
He's closed.
Again. Oh. Oh shit, they're waiting at every fucking train. Match? No match? Elizabeth is gonna match. I have a feeling hers is gonna match.
I think it's gonna be Paige.
Paige? Really? Oh, because she never wore this guy.
Oh no, but they're not looking for Paige.
Windsor Station, Montreal.
Is Paige gonna be there? Oh. She stayed. She got off by herself. What the fuck? What?
What did he fucking tell him? What? What could he tell him?
I don't want a kid anyway.
That's really weird. Oh, she's dreaming. Why is she going there? Doctorate. Yes. There's people waiting for him. Oh, for Katie.
What is it?
Why is it so fucking quiet?
First time seeing it again?
Like, yeah, it's probably like way different than when you last seen.
He said it'd be a hard life. Didn't want me to think it'd be some big adventure.
Who knows what would have happened here? Maybe we would have met. On a bus. They'll be okay.
I think so.
They'll remember us. They're not kids anymore. We raised them.
Yes.
Feels strange.
What do you think, Neil?
Oh man,
What did you think?
it's finally over. I'm so sad. It had a similar feeling to when Dark ended
Mm-hmm.
to me, right?
Yeah. It had a very I don't know, almost like, was this real?
Yeah. Not as sad,
Yeah, not
but
as sad.
pretty sad. Damn, Paige really got off of the fucking train and chose her own life.
That is true. Yeah.
But
Sort
she's
of.
at home alone. I wonder if she'll ever get to see Henry. Most likely not.
So
She'll find a way.
I think what you said right there was 100% what it was for Paige. She chose in the last second she could possibly make a decision. She chose to live her life in the way that she decided to. My question is, she went back to Claudia's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
She took off the disguise. So does she just resume as Paige?
I don't know. I mean, she was born there. She has like legit paperwork.
Yeah.
The only not legit part is the parents' name on the birth certificate, but everything else is like,
If that's
set.
her name and that's her. So
They
she
don't-
would be good.
I think so. They don't have any evidence of her doing anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and the only thing that they know is what Stan knows in the parking lot, and that was it.
Yeah.
Other than that, nobody knows anything.
So do you think she would stay and somewhat be around? I mean, if by the sound of that, it would sound like she would still somewhat stay within in Henry's life.
Yep.
And
That's long.
Dan.
Stan stayed with Henry. He said, they said take care of Henry. That was heartbreaking. But you could tell that's when it started to hit him that like he didn't want to catch them or kill them, or you could see the internal struggles happening in his head.
Mm-hmm.
But when they hit him with the Henry part, that's when like his guard started to go down. You can see it like visibly go down.
Yeah, I mean, I think out of anything that Philip was saying, the fact that they're gonna leave him in charge of their child told Stan that regardless of what he thought of their friendship and this relationship that they had built, at the end of the day,
They trust him.
they trust him with their child.
Mhm.
And that's kind of all he really needed to know. And it was weird because I really like how they did the thing with Stan, with him having this hunch, and it seemed like he was pretty sure on this hunch, and then it was confirmed, and then he has that like kind of backwards thing where it's like he was so sure, but once it was confirmed, he couldn't believe that it was confirmed.
Yeah. Like it's confirmed, but no, like why is this happening? I can't do this, or I don't know, like he goes back and forth, but you could tell that like he was really fucking hurt by it.
Yeah. And then Philip does the thing about Renee, which I get it. Like, he was just like, I just gotta tell him this last thing. It's been bugging me. I will never get an answer to it. But I think Renee, she could be. She could not be. But just throwing it out there.
Do you think she was?
Work with that. Or like...
Like, oh yeah, why don't you throw more like trust issues into Stan?
And it was like, I felt like it was cruel in one way because this is probably one of the best things that has happened in Stan's life. And he kind of ruined it with this doubt. But at the same time, he didn't want to hurt Stan in this way ever again. Or he didn't want Stan, to be hurt.
He knew about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Which in a way, he kind of left Stan to choose his own, like, are you going to trust her or are you not?
Yeah.
Like,
what do you think happened?
I don't know.
I think he...
When she was in bed...
Closed back up.
When she was in bed and he covered her up and just sat there, I feel like maybe he was like, okay, it's a possibility, but I'm gonna let myself trust her. But then that scene in front of the garage before he left to see the driveway, I mean, before he went to see Henry, kind of looked like he did close back up.
Yeah, I got the same feeling when he tucked her in. It was like, I choose to trust. His face though, when he was sitting on the seat, it looked like that distrust kind of loomed over him.
Yep.
And ultimately he would have to make the decision of what he's gonna do with this relationship. I like how they didn't answer it.
I know.
They had her looking at what was happening. She looked at it for a little bit, and then she walked back into the house, and you never get the answer.
Yeah.
That was a really good touch.
And the look on her face didn't really say anything.
It was like,
it wasn't the confirmation,
or is it not?
Yeah, exactly. I felt the exact same way.
Yeah, I think the saddest thing is just Oleg was trying to do the right thing in his mind this entire time. And he went down for still trying to make a difference for his son? He's a son, right?
Yeah.
And he ended up in prison for it.
Yeah. I mean, technically, guess you could say he kind of succeeded, right? But at the same time, well, one, like what he was really like trying to do in that moment, he failed.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't get the message back home.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, it kind of works out, I guess.
Yeah, except he just ends up stuck there.
Yeah, like, he ends up fucking locked up, which is fucking sad because Oleg was like, I think one of my favorite characters throughout most of it.
After we distrusted him.
After we distrusted him and called him this fucking tool. Chad. I think I called him Chad at some point.
My heart breaks for his dad, his mom, his wife.
The baby.
But at least they have this grandson.
I guess. Well, yeah, I guess things didn't fully go to shit for the mom and dad. They have a grandson. I
still can't believe that this happened.
Nobody died.
They went back home.
Nobody died.
Nobody died.
The last episode, nobody died.
And they went home. Like, they went home.
They literally got home. Yeah. Without the kids. I think that was like the second saddest part for me. Like, not knowing how your kids are going to grow up. Or if, I know they said they'll be okay, but like, how do you know?
Yeah. It was, they had this whole like plan for if something happens, and then when they finally had to execute it, it was like one was dropped over there, then they were all, okay, there's 3 of us, and then on a train, then one fell off over there, and like
I thought she got caught for a second. When I started to see Elizabeth's face kind of change, like I was like, oh no.
I thought Paige was going down.
Paige is going down. It's literally what I thought.
And then I was like, wait, they don't have a sketch of Paige.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel it feels a bit bittersweet, I would say. Yeah. I really enjoyed it, and I really like where their characters ended. Oh, what I would do to have more Philip and Elizabeth when they're back home.
Yeah, just finally soaking in
what happened,
how different it is. Or like the aftermath of the work they were doing.
Who are they after something like this? When they were looking at the city, and like even though they were in amazement, you know, like that they were there and stuff. the level of identity crisis.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say that.
Is for both, but specifically for Elizabeth. I don't know. Like I can't wrap my mind around what this life would look like. What would your interests be? Like what?
How do you go home? Like, is there still things you can make a difference in? Because that's what she cared for, right? But after betraying the KGB, like, can you get jobs making a difference? Or if the KGB went down right away, I don't know,
Yeah.
like the actual timeline.
That's what I was wondering. Like, did they
what
already go
happens?
down when they got home?
Yeah.
Or did they not go down? I'm assuming they probably already did. Because they made it home and like nobody did anything.
Yeah, right?
Right?
And Arcady was
But then
still
they
there.
would be good, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You would think they would try to help out Oleg.
It would have to be another cause because
Yeah.
the only thing I would probably be thinking about is the kids. Like that's the
They could join Pastor Tim,
Pastor Tim over
a
here.
different division. Pastor Tim's gonna be their boss.
Use
doing
Pastor
charity
Tim to
work.
be able to communicate with them.
Oh, you're right. Too bad we don't get to see anything after this. That would've been
And Pastor
pretty
Tim,
fun.
Mr. Tim, Pastor Tim lived.
Pastor Tim lived. God damn it.
I'm trying to see if we missed any.
No, he really agreed. He got my respect in the end. He never talked.
I thought he was going to.
He was a little chump for writing those things in the diary,
Yeah.
but he never talked. Yep. When he had the chance, he's in a different country. FBI calls him up.
And he was just like, "Ooh."
He was solid.
He did it for Paige.
Yeah, he did. That was really sweet.
These kids saved them in the end. Because they would have had bullets through their head if it wasn't
hell
for
yeah.
Paige and Henry.
Yep.
I don't even think Stan was feeling too bad for Paige either. In the garage.
Wait, what guy?
In
Oh,
the scene.
yeah.
I don't think Henry saved
Yeah.
them there.
Yep. She saved him when it comes to Pastor Tim and him snitching. And then Henry saved us as for them
Stan.
trying to get away because Stan had a soft spot for Henry. I mean, he had a soft spot for the whole family, but like Henry was his weakness. Who would have thought that like Henry hanging out at Beeman's this whole time was gonna be what saved them?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of had called that they were gonna he was gonna stay with him,
Yeah.
but still.
I think out of everyone, it's gonna sound weird because they basically left their children. But I feel like out of everyone, Stan's existence is probably the saddest one. For me, in my eyes, like
Yeah.
he would never be okay. He would never be able to trust anyone ever again, ever. Like, and he can't even.
He never did, and
He
never
can't
will.
tell anyone.
Yeah.
He literally has to carry this himself forever.
Unless Renee ends up being one of them, and then he talks to her.
What an amazing journey
I know, right?
it has been with these characters. 6 seasons through everything that they've been through. I can't believe it's finished.
Who's your favorite character from the whole show?
The whole show. Who's your favorite character? I need a little bit more
For
time.
me, I think Stan.
Stan?
Yep. I hated him for so many moments.
There was a season where he was like really sucking.
Yeah, I think it was the whole like Nina and his wife thing.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like really shitty.
Who is my favorite character?
I think it's because I think in the end he
Mhm.
ended up getting like my respect. He ended up caring enough about this family to not kill them when it was his main focus the whole show,
Mm-hmm.
and the soft spot was what like got through to him. And in a way, kind of, I mean, you could say he never trusted anyone, but in the end, he ended up,
He did.
yeah, like
Yeah.
staying with this kid just showed like an open window of like not full on agent guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the complexity of this relationship from Stan, Philip, the Jennings in general, because on one hand, they were each other's biggest enemy, or from Stan's perspective, they were his number one enemy. But they were also his I would say family. And those both two things were true, and he had to just live
Set
with
one
that.
aside.
That knowledge of that, right? Like that this is his life, that's his truth, and
that's a lot of weight to carry.
That's a lot, yeah. Oh, back to answer your question. I think I don't know. It's a toss-up between Elizabeth and Philip. I think I connected a lot more with Elizabeth, but that duo of the way Philip and Elizabeth complement each other, like the characters, it's just really, really good. So it's kind of hard, and I really liked Philip's journey in general. Even though she did like the biggest like change in the end when she ultimately had to make her decision.
But you could see the weight more on him, like tearing him down, and then he accepted it a lot sooner.
Yeah, some very well written characters. So believable, so human like. But yeah, I don't know if I have anything else. I'm sure we're gonna think of a million things after we stop, but this was great. I enjoyed all the disguises. The tiny mustaches. They couldn't go with some full on. I think maybe they went with like one beard that I can remember, but everything else was like tiny mustaches.
Tiny mustache, porn stashes, and everything. Oh, I think that was something I kept out of like the previous episode, where I think I asked you what was your favorite disguise. So if everyone can drop down their favorite disguise on the whole show for both characters, just let us know in the comments.
Yes. Well, do you have one? I think my favorite one was when she was seeing that guy. She had
the crunchy guy from Kansas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the little straight short hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when she was in the Tai Chi shit.
Her worst one.
Oh, she had some terrible wigs. She had some really bad wigs.
I think she did have some really bad ones. I think maybe when she was pretending to be Philip's sister.
That was pretty bad, yeah.
And probably the first wig that we ever saw in the first episode, like right when the opening scene is when she was talking to someone. I was like, whoa, that's a rough wig.
Oh,
like,
at a bar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Philip,
I think one of the first few times where we saw him as what's his other name?
Clark.
The
Clark wig, I feel like was really bad because I could see the glue.
Yeah.
But
it got better.
I don't know if it got better or we got used to it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because he had some pretty rough ones.
But yeah, for Elizabeth, mine I think was that same one. And there was like some blonde one that she also had that like looked pretty believable. And then for Philip, I think some of my other favorite ones were, I think when he had long hair and he talked to some guy that like got cancer or something.
Yeah.
And he looked kind of like, just like, I would say like someone would live on a trailer or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. That's
the long hair
like.
with the mustache when he beat the guy's ass that was like hitting on the teenage girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
But yeah, let us know which one was your favorite wig, outfit.
Your favorite characters.
Favorite characters.
What else? That's about it, right?
I think that's about it.
Anything else?
I don't think so. This was great.
Amazing.
Another great pick from you guys.
Yes, and thank you all who voted for the show. All of you who watched with us throughout, 8-9 months that we lasted watching this show. All right, well, if any of you have anything to add for this episode or this show, just drop it down in the comments. Let us know what you think. Make sure you like our videos, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notifications, and we'll see you all next time.
Thank you. Bye.